Well, Sham and I had a .82 ERA going into yesterday's game and ended up giving up um, what looks like 7, 8 runs by the fourth inning. I'm not sure if he was still in by that time, um, but that's why I had a bet on the Mets yesterday because of the starting pitching, and he got blown up. So also, the Marlins won their third game against the Braves yesterday to further kill our parlay, but the Phillies won. So at least I was right on one of those three. But obviously, we didn't get the money because it was parlayed. But I did catch a +5.5 with the Mets and a under. And which game was that? And I caught an under in the Rockies Blue Jays game. Live, I caught under 11.5. So still made the money back. On till today, we have everybody playing for basketball. Let's go ahead and talk about the games that matter. What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Gets a Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. Skipping the graphics today. Games start at 1 o'clock. Eastern Conference plays at 1. Western Conference plays at 3:30 Eastern Time. The only two teams that are East-West playing each other are the Spurs and the Pistons because they don't matter as far as playoff seeding. But they're playing all at the same time, so nobody can know the outcome of a different game that affects their motivation of this game. So I think that's a pretty good idea. But let's go ahead and get into it. Got the Bucks and the Knicks, or the Bulls and the Knicks. Knicks are 15-point home favorites. I don't think they want to win by 15. They're not locked in anywhere. They can still move up or down. I do think that they want the 2 seed just off of general purpose for the organization. So I do think they'll be game to win this game, and I hope that hope that the Bucks lose to the Magic. But I don't know if they'll win by 15. The Bulls don't have anything to play for. Also, they're in the 9th seed, and they can't move up to the 8, and they can't move down to the 9 or the 10. I mean, Hawks are 3 games behind them, and the Heat are 4 games above them. So can't move anywhere. It would make sense to take this game easy, knowing that you have an important game against the Hawks coming up. Make sure everybody's healthy. So this game is going to be a no bet for me. If anything, I would lean to the Bulls because the number's too high. So we take the points when we can. But I don't have a good play in this game. Raptors Heat minus 15.5 again for the home favorite. Raptors are eliminated from contention. Heat 1-2 and will win this game. They need to keep their 8th spot, or they would like to move up to the 7 for a home game. But they'd have to hope the Sixers lose their game to the Nets, where they're also 15-point favorites, and they win this game against the Raptors. So in my opinion, their spot in the 8 is pretty locked up. No need to go balls to the wall. They can, though. And this Raptors team can be beat. I think Emmanuel quickly sitting out. So that's my pick for that one. I would lean on the Heat, but that 15.5 is too high. Bucks and Magic. No Giannis, but Franz Wagner is back for the Magic. I would lean on the Bucks plus the 5. The Bucks don't want to fall to 3 unless they're trying to avoid a certain team, which there's no way to know who you'd play. There's too many scenarios where The Magic can fall from 5 to 8. There's a chance of that happening. So you never know who you're going to play. Being that all the games are at the same time, and there's so many ramifications with wins and losses. So I don't really think they're trying to avoid anybody. So I do think they um, play up to the competition, and they just beat this team without Giannis. Let me just make sure that was without Giannis. Nope, no Giannis at all. The Nats has played 3 minutes though. So they just beat this Magic team by 18 points on the 10th with no Giannis. And the biggest difference is Franz Wagner. And I don't think he's a 24-point difference. So I'm going to still lean on the Bucks plus the 5. Both teams want to win this game, so it should be a good game. And I'd maybe lean on the over with Franz Wagner back. So, but the Bucks plus 5 is the better pick in that one. Hawks and Pacers. Hawks are locked into the 10. Pacers can move anywhere between 5 and 8. So still a lot to go on with them. So they will be motivated to win this game. Hawks are very competitive with their team back. I would lean towards the plus 14 for this game. I don't trust the Pacers minus 14 against a lot of people. And they are banking on people resting if this game gets out of hand, or resting just because these two teams are, or the Hawks resting players because they're locked into the 10 spot. But I think that they've been, people have been in and out of the lineup so much that they just need to get their run. So I wouldn't suggest that, or I wouldn't bank on that happening in this Hawks and Pacers game. So I would still lean on the Hawks trying to get ready for the playoffs. Next game that matters, 76ers, Nets. Nets plus 15.5 is kind of the way I would look. Joel is questionable for this game, and I think that they could beat this Nets team without him. So even if he doesn't play, this number is going to go down, and you're not going to see that 15.5 again unless it's in game. So I'm not going to bet this game, but I would lean on the Nets. Hornets, Cavs, too big a number for the Cavs, but they will compete and win this game. They have a chance to move up to the 2 seed. So Rockets, Clippers. Rockets are favored on the road because the big 3 of the Clippers might sit. Paul George injured himself in the last game and left early. James Harden is on the report, and Kawhi Leonard's still out. So Clippers are locked in the 4, no way to move up or down. Mavs are also locked in the 5, no way to move up or down. And they are sitting everybody also versus the Thunder. So in this game, I would still lean on the Mavs for some reason. I just can't get there with minus 19.5 on the Thunder. Expecting an NBA team to blow out another NBA team by 20 points just because Luka and Kyrie are out. Because if anybody else, nobody else warrants this big of a swing, you know. Everybody's still an NBA player, and the Thunder have less motivation to win by 19.5 than the Mavs do to prove that they can cover this number. So the Thunder are in the 1 seed right now, and winning this game keeps them there. The Timberwolves are in the 2, the Nuggets are in the 3, and they all have the same record. So the Thunder would have to lose this game outright to move down. So motivated to win, but will they win by 20? Suns and Timberwolves. This game matters because the Suns are in the 7 seed. Timberwolves are in the 2 seed. Like I said, they need to win to stay there. If they lose, they drop below Denver um, to the 3, and the Suns would either keep their spot or move up to the 6, above the Pelicans, but they can't do any worse than 7. So, Suns, I think, will be motivated to get out of the play-in tournament, and that's kind of the way I'd look. Minnesota would prefer to just go into the playoffs healthy, in my opinion. Pistons Spurs, like we said, that game doesn't matter. Jazz Warriors. Warriors need to win to get out of the 10 seed and maybe have a home game against the Sacramento Kings, who they would need to lose to the Blazers to get that. So, not sure if that's going to happen. Nuggets Grizzlies. Nuggets need to win to stay in the. No, I mean, they would stay in the 3 seed even with a loss. So, this game matters the least to the top 3 in the West, in my opinion. Nuggets are already in the 3. They could stay in the 3, and they would end up playing the Pelicans or the Suns in the first round of the playoffs. Last game up is the Lakers and the Pelicans. This game also matters. Pelicans loss would put Phoenix in the 6th seed, and make the Lakers play the Pelicans for the 7-8 seed play-in tournament game. I'm looking at a scenario where I think the NBA would rather have the Lakers and the Warriors play in opposite games in the play-in to make sure that Steph and LeBron both have a shot to make the playoffs. I think that the NBA would prefer both of them to be in the playoffs than one or both of them to be out of the playoffs. So I don't know who's reffing those games. Scott Foster might be in one of those, but that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking. So if I'm placing a bet today, it's going to be on the Hawks plus the 14, the Bucks plus the 5, probably the Suns plus the 2, and the Lakers plus the 3.5. So those will be my picks. Lock those in. Let's get this money, and we'll be back for the playoffs, play-in tournament coming up soon.
I was rude, but I was rude to an idiot.